Well, the community of Hobo, well, they got some new classroom blocks just because of the intervention of a certain young man. Well, that young man is passed, but he did a yeoman's job. He was in the person of a Metro TV photo journalist or photo cameraman, and he was very instrumental in bringing those new developments in the community of Hobo. We remember the good deeds of Samuel Hesse in my community.
Nothing restores faith in humanity better than hearing of great feats of kindness that affirms the goodness in mankind. The Making a Difference team recently visited the small community of Hobo, where one act of compassion caused wonders to happen. A little over 2 years ago, two gentlemen watched the story of Hobo Basic School on the news and were moved by the sad plight of the children.
Hobo Basic Primary School was established about 50 years ago by the Hobo community, which was then under the Tema Development Corporation, but came under Ga District and now under Ga South Municipal Assembly for about 8 years now. The school serves about 12 communities in the Hobo electoral area and has a population of about 338 from KG to Primary 6. The KG class takes their lessons under these trees, and children have to sit on these chairs, which we were told belong to a nearby church. Although the KG 1 and 2 classrooms are divided, pupils can hear themselves because of the proximity. Pupils in KG 1 have to put their books on the floor to write when they are given assignments, and the class also has no chalkboard. Due to the unavailability of desks in the Primary 1 classroom, pupils have to lie on the floor to learn. Classes have to be halted whenever it is about to rain, and pupils have to trek to the bush when nature calls. The pupils, teachers, and natives of the town are appealing to the government and corporate organizations to come to their aid to satisfy these children's thirst for education.
They, unlike many of those who watched that story, decided to make a difference. They contacted the journalist who wrote the story.
About a year ago, Francis Baini, one of the directors of Imperial Home, and I were watching a news item on Metro TV. And the reporter was Samuel Hesse, who did a story from this very location, Hobo Basic School. The nursery children were lying on the floor studying.
Francis Baini saw the story, so he contacted me personally and asked me whether it's true or not. So without their knowledge again, I came in with Francis Baini to see whatever is transpiring or whatever is happening there. And when he came, he was really touched. You know, the children using empty rusty things as their learning material. And I don't know what to say. Due to that, we came in here, he promised. So I kept on pushing, and he gave me his word, and God being so good, this particular structure is ready for use.
There is no accounting for where you can find a situation that needs changing. Sometimes it's purely by chance.
As I was driving along this stretch, I saw this school on my left-hand side. So immediately I saw this school, it drew my attention. So I came here, and the weather was not clear. It was about to rain. So when I saw them parking the chairs, so I quickly contacted the headmaster, spoke to him about their challenges, and he brought out a whole lot of issues. So as a rural reporter, I sensed some need in there.
People are often moved by the things they see and the stories they come across, but rarely do they do something about it. Francis Baini and Nanansa Called IV put their money where their mouths were, and between them built a beautiful kindergarten block for Hobo through the Imperial Charity Foundation.
Mr. Baini, unfortunately, he couldn't make it because he's had to be at a meeting in Accra today. The roads are not very accessible, but I mean, he put in all he could so that all the finances and all that, and then the project was able to take off. The chiefs and the people, they've been cooperative when we spoke to them about the land, they gave us some piece of land to start the project on. Yes, and they've been very cooperative since then. Any assistance we need, especially even from the headmistress as well, she's been very cooperative. Once in a while he comes around to see the progress of the works from the foundation level. He's been here several times till everything was completed. He always comes in once in a while to check on the progress of works. We'll be here to find out how the place is being kept.
After doing the story, people will promise you will come and do something about it. You will hear from them again. But Francis Baini, after promising or giving out his word, followed up. He has been calling me to get in touch with me, to be updating me about whatever is happening. So I'm not really surprised, because since I met him, really, it's God. Let me give glory to God. He's a good man. God richly bless him. You know, I have been doing stories, as I said. People promise structures, but not up to this standard. Not up to this standard. And I'm overwhelmed. I'm very, very happy.
Despite the dilapidated condition of the school structure, the children in Hobo Basic School have for years received quality education, and the school has produced citizens who stand tall in the nation. If only they would receive the proper resources and infrastructure necessary to make education the joy it's meant to be.
The school was actually established in 1968. So barely 45 years ago, this school was actually started in a small village around this community called Adembra. And later of the year, the period, it was transferred from that community to the current position we are witnessing today. Indeed, some of us started there briefly in that small village and later continued in this community. You know, those days, fortunately on our part, we never had anything like what we are seeing today. What we did was that our parents asked us to take a kitchen stool from the house. So when we are coming, we bring it to the school. That is what we use our desks, our chair as well. So doing, yes, we were able to manage through and get there. By that time, because of our age, then we grown very well before we enter into school. So a little bit maturity was at its best then. So it is not like today. These kids, they cannot even carry anything of that sort here.
Actually, I came to meet these children sitting on bare ground. You see, at times they squeeze themselves off the little stool that they brought from their homes. And then at times they have to fight over some. So we took a decision of going to a nearby church called Methodist to bring some few benches, whereby there the children were able to get seated, but not quite comfortable, as I may say. And then they were still writing, holding their books and then writing. You see some lying on the ground. Yes. That for 2 solid years, the children were doing those exercises just on the floor.
The GES is hard-pressed for resources, and there are often too many demands for equitable distribution.
I've been the circuit supervisor for the circuit for a little over 3 years. Most of the activities were not as we would expect, especially when it comes to teaching and learning, where infrastructure was a major challenge, textbooks was also a major challenge, and then even staffing in some of the schools were also challenged. Some of the children we have to sit on blocks arranged with just a slab of or maybe a board over it to write and to do a lot of things in the classrooms. GES once a while, occasionally, used to supply some infrastructure, sometimes tables and chairs as well. But you know the schools are many. In the Ghana South alone, there are over 90 schools, and the number of furniture that come for the distribution to these schools are inadequate. Sometimes we just receive about 10 pieces, sometimes 12 or 15, and it becomes a challenge to how to distribute these pieces, this limited number, to almost all the 11 schools or the 10 schools that I have. So sometimes we are even compelled to give it to a particular school so that you give the other consignment that will come later to another school.
Thank God, then, for philanthropists like Francis Baini and Nana Nsako IV, who stayed true to their cause.
Director, Imperial Home, have done so much work that I think it has been a challenge to, I may say, to maybe some who may have arms of doing such a thing. He has set a very good example to others, which I think through this, we pray that some more of them should come in to help other communities who may be in need of to this extent. Though we have some NGOs, but he has been the first person to do such a thing in this whole I may say Ghana West and South as a whole, because first we are at the Ghana West, but we haven't experienced such a thing like we have experienced now. So the man, I think God is going to reward him massively and open out the more avenue for him so that you come to do more than what he has done. Yes, and the blessings will go to the generation.
On behalf of the pupils, teachers, and the community, and GES, of course, I wish to say a very big thank you to the foundation for providing us with this big infrastructure. It's going to go a long way to promote for effective teaching and learning.
The Hobor Basic School is determined to rise above their meager start and make a difference themselves.
By then, without tables and chairs, they are able to do something. Now that we have it, is a challenge to me, the head mistress of the school, and the teachers, that we want to promise that something good will come out of this. And by the grace of God, I hope by the prayers of a lot, and me in particular, I know some of the children will also grow to become like Mr. Francis Bani, the director of the Imperial Home. That's what I'm expecting.
And here we are today to hand over the finished block to the citizens, chiefs, elders, and stakeholders of Hobor. It is our hope and prayer that the level of education will improve and the academic performance of these children will substantially improve too.
As far as the Making a Difference team is concerned, they already are.
Ghana, we love Ghana. Ghana is my country. Red, gold, green. Rasta in the gold. We love Ghana. We love Ghana. Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. Ghana, Ghana, Ghana. We love Ghana. We love Ghana. Ghana is my country.